I think that what season 6 of Salt Lake City is telling us is that absolute attention corrupts absolutely. Obviously, Salt Lake City is the greatest housewives show on right now. It is being compared to like old Roni. Like it is reaching levels of operatic drama and heights that we never ever thought it would. Even on this very account, you could go back to my videos 3 years ago after season 3 aired. I was like, the show sucks. Like the Jen Shah stuff took over in a way that was like ridiculous. The Heather Black Eye stuff was ridiculous and just like unwatchable basically. But season 4 really, really turned the ship around. And I think we are so locked in where each of these women is doing something so interesting that it's like impossible to look away from. That being said, I think that the cracks are starting to form where we can now see the tension points where I can like sort of see a couple of downfalls coming with like 200 seasons of Housewives history behind me. I'm like, I know what's coming. I find myself in an interesting position of being an LB defender. Like 3 years ago, I was like, Lisa, whatever. But now I love Lisa. I think that she is an excellent housewife because of the things that are really, really rubbing the other women the wrong way, right? She is defensive. She is a narcissist. She is delusional, right? And of course, you guys know my favorite housewives are delusional, right? Karen, Luann, like I love a woman who just is not tethered to this reality. The problem is that Lisa has never apologized in 6 years of being on the show. And these shows only work if there's forward movement, right? And the way that this show works is that everyone fights and they move on very quickly, and Lisa just doesn't apologize, right? When she was fighting with Angie, I said that this is unstoppable force meets immovable object, right? Like neither one of them is ever going to retract what they're saying, and it's just creating the situation. They can't both like exist on this show where neither one of them refuses to like budge a little. I think Angie is humanized by her friendship with Mary, but Lisa is sort of finding herself more and more untethered from like the actual fabric of the show because now she is fighting with every single one of these women. She refuses to apologize to any of them, and she like will never ever cede an inch. She is not giving anything, and it's like you cannot find yourself on an island because then you're creating like a Danielle Staub situation on Jersey where nobody wants to film with you, nobody wants to hang out with you because we are always fighting with you. And when I say absolute attention corrupts absolutely, I think that every season being a Lisa takedown season is just creating this weird feedback loop where the women zero in on her. They all want to like attack her, terrorize her, destroy her. And in turn, it makes her more and more defensive. If they spent one season just leaving her alone, we wouldn't have, I mean, the show probably wouldn't be as good, but like we wouldn't have any of the drama that we have now because like Lisa would sort of be doing her own thing. And we don't know what her own thing is because she's always fighting with these people. In my Britney video, I said that Bronwin and Heather are mirrors for each other. They're each other's foils, right? They are both obsessed with the audience perception in a way that is very detrimental to them. Bronwyn is always performing for people's attention and love, right? We see that in her relationship with Muzzy and Todd. Heather is always performing for someone's attention, right? Whether it be Jen Shah or Lisa. This is the first time that she's actually turning on Lisa as of this week, but she still cares tremendously about what we are saying, right? Like she's on all the blogs. She is a viewer before she is a housewife. And this is why the two of them will never get along because they see each other and they repulse each other because they see that like open need and it is repulsive to see. In my Muzzy video, I said that I still do believe that Bronwyn is calculated in the way that she brings on someone to terrorize her every time she is on the offensive. So she fights with people and then she brings on Todd to be mean to her. So we feel bad for her, right? Last season, she brought on the cheating rumor. And then in the reunion, she was like, oh my God, no, but it actually wasn't that bad. So it's like, so when you need somebody to feel bad for you, Todd is like having an open affair. But then when you're at the reunion, it's like, no, but it wasn't that bad, right? Now we have Muzzy. Every time somebody's mean to her on the show, Muzzy's going to pop up to like be mean to her. And it's like, we know what you're doing. I don't know if she knows what she's doing though, right? Like for me, because I'm very cynical and I have very little grace or empathy for these people, I always believe that they're trying to game us or perform for us. So I don't know if she's living her life in permanent victim mode or if she doesn't acknowledge that she is like needing to be the victim in that moment. Whitney the Wild Rose has snuck up on me and has somehow become one of my favorites. I lied about this for a long time, and one of my friends was like, Josh, you love her. And I was like, oh my God, I do love her. I think that Whitney also struggles with her identity in this very real way, right? Where she got married very young, and then she obviously cheated on that husband. She married Justin. She had her kids young. She was Justin's wife for a long time. Then she was a housewife. Then she was like very sexy. Then she was like very glamorous. Then she was a businesswoman. And now she's sort of in this weird in between where she's like, I don't know what I am or what I'm doing. Because even her position on this show is like terrorizing Lisa, fighting with Meredith, or like being sexy, being somebody's mom. Like there's not really a sort of role for her. I don't really have anything to say about Meredith. I love Meredith. She's great. She doesn't give us a lot, but we need her. I do think Whitney's superpower is her vulnerability, right? Because she will tell us anything. I think a lack of personal shame makes her a very good housewife in the sense that while all of these women are lying, right? Like obviously Lisa is a stone wall. We're never going to get anything from her. Whitney will tell us everything. Whitney would tell us about her affair. Whitney would tell us about hooking up with Justin. Whitney told us about losing $500,000. Like because she doesn't have much else to give, she's like, I will give you guys everything. And again, the thesis of the video, she is now on this weird hamster wheel where she has to give us more and more and more and more because the entertainment mom must be fed. The more that she gives us, the more that we crave. And now her life has become content in a way that a lot of these other women still have very clear boundaries around. Like I said, her friendship with Mary humanizes Angie, but I have said many times in the last 2 years that Angie is very mean. I love her. Don't get me wrong. I love, love, love her. She's one of my favorites on the show, but it comes out, and on Reddit, they hate her because she is very mean. Angie is religious. Angie is proud. Angie is obsessed with propriety and class and appearances, and this makes her a great housewife, but it also makes her a very dangerous foe. But I do think that she will apologize, and she is more willing to cede a little bit of ground to stay on the show versus Lisa, who's an unmovable object. Sorry that this video got so long. I love these ladies. I already made a video about Britney defending her. I am now taking that back. I think that she, again, is a victim of religious psychosis. Like the Mormons, they got to her. She believes that she's not going to be able to go to heaven unless she is married. Obviously, when Olivia is sitting in front of us telling us how drastic the shift was and how much Britney changed after getting into these relationships, it is much harder for me to sit here and defend her, right? Like I can say, oh, but she was an adult. It doesn't matter. I stand with Olivia. This was really, really, really sad and really hard to watch.